work some of that into this project. So I learned a little bit more from what you were saying. I remember one time the highway was going to go down here. There were spots of running the highway down like this, and then there was a big movement to save that, you know. And originally there was a wonderful bridge right here, and so I think there's a lot of things that we can cap on the history and just what's happening historically and what's happening now with what's coming down with the town. And it's, I think there's a pretty good chunk of space of it, but it is narrow. Obviously, the closer we get to that cliff face over there, it's like that. And that all the slopes in Puget Sound are trying to do this naturally. And so we've had we just finished a project over in Bellevue on a very steep site like that, and it's not easy to build any kind of structure, any kind of things, and you really you end up having to do pin things, and then you start to make it so things can be handled. So that's limiting us this way, because there's going to probably be some setbacks in that hit low or the top of the slope up there and setting back. And that's probably planted. And then, you know, we have a narrower strip there, and then that's, you know, like these people walking right here, you know, it's kind of dangerous walking along there because the cars trying to make the ferry boat and all that. So that's a narrow 4-foot sidewalk there. That's a little wider. Yeah, but I think you guys only go part way down or all the way down.
Well, the constraint that we're working with is really kind of right where the fence is and right up to where the vegetation is, right there in the corner.
Yeah.
Because with our federal money in the project, we can't expand it and be improving on private property.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the right of way basically is.
Yeah.
So what we decided we would do is that we would build a sidewalk which is wider through the V, the narrowest one here, right up to this point within the property. But score the joints and everything, so once the project is done, we could come back and expand the sidewalk onto the Unocal site, make it wider, but it would look like it was.
But wouldn't it be our hope that people, just like that couple, would diverge down there and come through our park and not go on the sidewalk?
I think just for safety's sake, you know, let's like go towards that.
Yeah.
It's logical.
And I love your idea about educating, because there are certain things that can be done as you're walking through without even knowing it. You're being assimilated to this community and I don't know, has anybody sat down with you at all and talked about the museum?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay.
Yeah, we're just
the reason I ask is because the whole east side of that building will have about a 30 or 40 foot landscaped part on the east side of the museum.
So right here?
Yes.
Right here.
Yeah, this all will be removed, and this will all be replanted. Exactly right. And so
and to tie the two together.
It was always our hope that yes, and there is a preliminary landscape plan that I have, and I can certainly share with you, get a sense of what they're thinking, but it is open for room for improvement.
Crosswalk. And then they're on the narrow sidewalk. That land, there's some land in there that we can do that. But right now they come up to that, unless they come up through the parking lot and then go.
Ideally, they ought to enter. Here's the park entrance right here. And if they're going to come up to the corner, they're going to miss the park. So you'd think you'd want them to talk about a pedestrian overpass right in here by Olympic. You know, now who's going to pay for that kind of thing nowadays? I don't know. The crosswalk is here.
Probably $750,000. Yeah, it's not cheap. And then
it just strikes me that that's a major problem with the whole concept.
Yeah.
I love it, but the whole concept is people not necessarily people going to walk in that direction.
Let's say there is no concept yet. Okay, those are good to really make it so that they get over there and walk along that side, because if they're walking across, you don't cross here, you have to cross over on that side.
Yeah, they're really good.
There's going to be a cross
funnel to just get people to go that way.
Yeah,
these people are gonna really
They're
struggle.
struggling already in a
Right.
couple things up in there, so I agree.
I think the other side of that, however, is that it can be made into something that is a good midpoint for pedestrians going from one end of town to the other.
Right.
Because there are a lot of people for whom that's too long a walk.
But it doesn't make sense.
But
Time out here just a second, Chris has got to run, and does anybody have any questions? Chris is the city planner, he's in charge of this whole project on Winslow Way, so this would be a good chance to ask him any questions related to the park before he leaves tonight. Anybody have anything you want to ask Chris about
I
first?
have a quick question,
Yeah.
and you mentioned it when you talked about, you know, the setbacks from the ravine. I'm going on the assumption, and correct me please, that anything we do as a surface treatment, we can't bore and stabilize the banks or do anything of that. Everything has to be a surface treatment.
Yeah, most of the critical area ordinance deals with steep slopes, mostly related to structures and their location next to the slope. It doesn't deal with.
Their only crosswalk is gonna be here at this corner.
I just waited like 8 minutes at crosswalk.
So, because that's something to think about, because wherever our exit is, if we do this and come out there, then if somebody thinks, oh, I wanna go over there, they're gonna have to backtrack that way to get to the crosswalk.
They're gonna be crossing against traffic, they're gonna be cutting.
They're gonna be jaywalking right there.
jaywalking, there's no traffic.
The road will be a little narrow.
Between ferries.
The road would be narrower.
And